Hello everyone, my name is Samie, and I'm here today to share with you all my testimony on how I grew up with faith and then also how my life transformed after I learned to trust God. I always grew up with faith. My household at home, they always loved God, loved Jesus. We always went to church every Sunday. We would pray at dinner. I went to youth group growing up as well. And although I did all these things, I never felt a super deep connection with God. I would pray to Him, I would ask Him for things, I would thank Him for things, but I never felt this true deep connection with God, and I always wondered why. So fast forward a little bit, throughout, I would say middle school to high school, I started to get a lot of these influences from the outside world that weren't just my parents. You know, it'd be friends, trying to be popular, just all these external influences and all these worldly values just getting imprinted on me. And I noticed that as I was growing up, I drew further and further away from God. You know, He was still there in my life. I still prayed. I still talked to God. You know, I still believed He was there. But the thing is every time I prayed to God, it would only be to ask Him for things, to do things that I wanted and I thought were the best for my life. I found myself trying to control my life a lot. You know, trying to be with the best friend group, trying to always get the best grades. And I thought these were the things that would kind of make me happy and that I could control everything in my life to make myself happy and find that internal happiness. But the more I tried to control my life, the more I tried to make my future perfect, the more I delved deeper and deeper into the hole of anxiety, of stress, of not knowing where I'm gonna end up, what I'm supposed to do in this life, and I just fell into this huge hole. It wasn't till about after the second year of university when I just became so overwhelmed. A lot of events were happening at the same time, and I felt like there was no hope left. And I was just kind of crying out to God, and I was saying like, why is this all happening to me? Like, I'm trying to do the best I can to kind of control my life. I was asking Him for things. And then that's when this verse kept popping up, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. And that just kept coming back and coming back and coming back. And I just realized that I'm not supposed to be the one controlling my life. It's supposed to be God guiding me throughout my life. So in that moment, in the second year of university, I made a commitment to God to let Him guide my life. And the idea of that always gave me so much peace, you know, knowing that you can do the best you can and then leaving it in the hands of an external being who will put you in the right place at the right time for your entire life. It just gave me so much peace. And that's now what I try to live by, you know. You pray to God and He answers your prayers and He blesses you. Everybody knows what to do. But I feel like the real test in life, and in my life, and it has happened so many times, is the test that you get when God says no. So after hearing this verse so many times and just fully committing to God and letting Him take over my life, I feel like the way I live life just changed. I feel like now I live life a certain type of way and being blessed in so many different ways. I met my now girlfriend Lily, who I was fortunate to get baptized with. You know, I got a job that I never thought that I would get, and it's something that I wasn't initially excited about until I started meeting the people and actually doing the work that I realized it was all in God's plans. You know, some people started coming out of my life, but then also new people started coming into my life that just validated my beliefs and my values. And I think the main thing is that life will always be uncertain when you're living with your own and through the world. But you have to understand and learn to accept what you can't understand. And that was the biggest thing for me, as I was trying to control my life, my entire life. And through all of that, I was just filled with so much stress and so much anxiety. But as soon as I let that go, all these blessings started to come into my life. And now I just try and stay out of God's way. Like, He does so many things that I just like, that just happened in my life, and I just try and stay out of his way. And I can truly say that trusting God and giving it all to him, giving my life to him, letting him have all my worries has truly been the biggest difference in my life.